Hey YouTube, it's Zoe, and today I was in the mood to film a super casual video, mostly because I wanted to show off my new Captain America hoodie. Look at this! Oh my gosh, oh wait, the hood. The hood is the best part. There's a mask attached! Don't I look so cool? Anyway, the point of this video is to share what I am currently reading. I've decided to stop doing TBR or to be read videos at the beginning of each month because I am a big time mood reader. I always make these grand plans of what I'm going to read each month, but then when it comes time to actually read those books, I decide not to read them and I pick a book that I'm in the mood to read. So I may do these videos more regularly since I am in the middle of reading these books, so you know I actually intend to finish them. Also, I usually read multiple books at once. Speaking of that, I am currently reading 4 books. I don't know how it happened. For some reason, I have just gotten distracted with my books. I will read about 100 pages of a book, then I'll put it down and I'll pick up a new one, and that cycle has repeated several times. So the first book I'm reading is Crazy Rich Asians by Kevin Kwan. I got the audiobook from Audible to read when I was driving home from university to move home during the winter break, and I'm really liking it so far. This is set primarily in Singapore, and it follows 3 incredibly wealthy Chinese families and the gossiping and scheming that occurs when the heir to one of the family's fortunes brings home his girlfriend who is Chinese but was raised in America. I love listening to the audiobook because there are several different foreign languages in this book, like Mandarin, Malay, and French, all of which I do not speak, so it's so interesting to hear them being spoken. I assume being spoken correctly by the narrator. And like I said before, this takes place mostly in Singapore, which is a country I didn't know much about before reading this novel. So I am learning languages, learning about a new country. It's educational and entertaining. This is so outrageous and funny, and I love reading about characters who are extravagantly wealthy because it's like I can live vicariously through them. They just go and buy properties on a whim, and I wish I could do that. I did get the physical copy in addition to the audiobook because there are so many different characters in this novel. Aunts, uncles, random people who just show up. It's a lot to keep track of, but the good thing about the physical copy is that there is, if I can find it, a family tree. I forgot to say before, but I am on page 216. Next, I am reading The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas. I am only about 60 pages into this because I actually started it right before university finals, and I forgot I was reading it because I was so consumed by my finals. So I am just getting around to finishing this book, and I am determined to finish this book. This was my #1 most anticipated book of 2017, and I am not going to finish 2017 without actually having read this book. We have like a week left of 2017, so I think I can finish this and all of the other ones that I am currently reading, raise my Goodreads goal. I actually already completed my goal of reading 50 books in 2017, so I bumped it up to 60 books and I completed that goal, and so now I'm bumping it up to 70 books, but I've only read 63 books. So if I read a book a day, I can complete this newly raised reading challenge. I don't know why I keep making it more difficult for myself, but I don't really care if I complete this new reading challenge, but I do have to finish this before 2017. I have been, for some reason, putting it off because I know I'm going to like it, and I've said it before, but I like to save books that I know I'm going to love because I don't want them to be over. It doesn't make much sense. Anyway, this is a young adult contemporary inspired by the Black Lives Matter movement. It follows a 16-year-old named Star who sees her childhood best friend shot and killed by police. It is a very important message, and I've heard nothing but praise about this book. The third book I'm currently reading, and I know you're all going to be disappointed in me for reading this yet again, it is Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. Hear me out. I was not intending to reread this book again. A couple of nights ago, I decided to rewatch Austenland while reorganizing my bookshelves, and if you've never seen Austenland before, you should, because it's one of my favorite feel-good films. But basically, the main character is obsessed with Jane Austen, specifically Pride and Prejudice, and she decides to go on a vacation to a Jane Austen-inspired house and pretend she lives in the Regency era, and she falls in love, and it's so cute, but you know, it's all about Pride and Prejudice, so it made me want to read Pride and Prejudice again. So I picked up my newest Pride and Prejudice purchase. I just started flipping through it, mildly reading it. I was kind of skimming it, but also I was really reading it, and before I knew it, I was 50 pages into it, which isn't that far, especially because this version has over 600 pages, but I'm already 1/12 of the way through the book, so I might as well finish reading it. I don't know, I just want to reread Pride and Prejudice, okay? But also, I have so many new books to read. Although, I have read this so many times that a reread won't take that long, and that could bolster my Goodreads reading challenge. I really don't know what this video is. It's basically me just complaining about the number of books I have to read before the end of the year, even though it's a totally arbitrary number that I assign to myself. I don't know, but I want to read a lot before the end of the year. Then the last book I am currently reading and want to finish before the end of the year is Nevermore, The Trials of Morgan Crow by Jessica Townsend. This is the first book of a new middle grade series. I am 115 pages into this and I just started it last night. I am zooming through it, one, because it's actually really good. I am very engrossed in the story, but two, like I said before, it is a middle grade, so it's a lot easier to read. The main character of this, Morgan Crow, was born on the unluckiest day, and because of that, she is considered to be a cursed child. Because she is a cursed child, everything that goes wrong in her town is blamed on her, even things that shouldn't be her fault. In addition to that, she is supposed to die at midnight on her 11th birthday, so she has kind of a crappy life going on. However, on the day she is supposed to die, she is whisked off to a secret magical city called Nevermore, and she is entered to compete for a place in a magical organization. The overall whimsical feeling of this book reminds me a lot of the early Harry Potter books, which I am living for, and it's just fun. It's a fun book, but it also has some darker themes that I feel are coming soon. Anyway, those are the 4 books I am planning on completing before the end of 2017. That was a journey we took in this video, trying to figure out what I should complete in the next week. I am sorry for the mess. Leave down below which book you think I should complete first, and leave down below what one book you have to finish before the end of 2017. Hopefully you don't go through as big a crisis as I went through. The end of the year is just a big deal reading-wise for me. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you all soon in my next video. Bye!